Everybody's familiar with this story in Daniel. Here's King Nebuchadnezzar, and there's I'll call them the three guys, and then the one that looks like the Son of Man, or Son of God, that's Jesus in there. And everybody believes that the three men in the fire are the heroes, but who is missing from this equation is Daniel. And we're going to talk about everybody believes that this wicked Antichrist that is coming, it's not an Antichrist. The so-called Antichrist is already here. It's Obama. He is going to be replaced by Jesus, or I'm trying to think of some words to describe it. We're not going to recognize him as Jesus. He'll be installed by Jesus, and I'll leave it at that. But the Jewish people were thrown into captivity, into Babylon, and King Nebuchadnezzar was installed to teach the Jews a lesson, basically. And the reason this is an excellent study, and it looks like, well, they went through the fire. I personally don't want to go through the fire. I want to be like Daniel. But what it does say in Scripture, Daniel bowed down to this man. He didn't worship him. It was a mistranslation. It is adore, pay homage. It's to be courteous to the one that is providing the subsistence for the people. And they've mistranslated it throughout the entire Bible, and I'll go ahead and prove it. Here we have in Daniel, and as we all know, we're in Daniel 3. And they said, anybody that doesn't bow down when the music starts, thrown into the blazing furnace. And so the sound of the instruments, they bowed down. Bowed down does not mean anything to do with worship. Worship does. That is one of the last elements it's in the translation, and we'll show that later. It's not worshipped. And then a bunch of Babylonians took the opportunity to denounce the Jews. So we've got the Babylonians denouncing the Jews. They said to the king, hey, you live forever. May you live forever. You issued an order, and these Jews who you put in charge, they were in charge in Babylon, these three guys, and who are disobeying your majesty's orders. They do not worship your God or bow down to the statue you set up. Well, supposedly it was a statue of himself, so. And basically, these Babylonians set up the Jews. Hey, how come, we have to do it? How come they don't have to do it? And there's a point here. They do not worship your God. Look at here. Or bow down. All they had to do was say, hey, look at that. Look at that pretty statue there. Wow. What a great king we have. He's got all that money to make a 90-foot golden statue. They're not. They're bowed down. And maybe they are worshiping it. But that wasn't the commandment. You bow down and you give homage to it. Daniel didn't bow down. Daniel did bow down and give praise to the king. May you live forever and ever. And before the statue was set up in Daniel, then we've got some heresy here, people. King Nebuchadnezzar threw himself down before Daniel. The king threw himself down and worshipped him. Why would Daniel allow this? That's blasphemy. And we'll get to that. Pay homage. And we're not on the blasphemy part, we're on the homage part. Homage. Praising him, saying thank you, because he interpreted the dream for him. Look, look. As Peter entered the house, this is in Acts 10:25 if you can't read it. As Peter entered the house, Cornelius met him and fell at his feet in reverence. And then we've got some in Revelation. I've got those, see, bow down and homage. Let me move on. Okay, here we are in Daniel 3:5. And it says, hear the trumpet, hear the music. Ye fall down. That's what you do to a king. And adore the golden statue. That's kind of like let's spike the football here, people. They've mistranslated it. Well, not here, but. And then it says you must worship the golden idol, the gold idol. And there's all kind of adore or homage and worship. We're in Revelation 3:9. We know what Revelation 3:10 is. It's Church of Philadelphia. They get raptured and all that. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, who say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship at thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Mistranslation, people. Here we have Jesus saying, hey, I'm going to set you up as an idol and false worship. Feet, and learn and acknowledge that I have loved you. And they've got this bow down and prostrate themselves, come down and kneel at your feet. It basically, there's one in here, I want to keep this short. It's adore. And I like the other one. I just learn and acknowledge. Here's the word adore. Adore, praise. Nothing about worship there. Oh, but we'll find it. Look at this. Adulate, adore, praise. Here's more adore. They have it figuratively to adore, and then they've got God especially relieve a disease, heal, worship. Nah, it's the last word there. And it says, meaning to kiss like a dog licking his master's hand. Well, king's hand. And it's got worship, but there's a better definition. Where is it? Here it is. It's a primitive root to depress, prostrate, especially reflective in homage to royalty or God. And they've got worship here. To royalty. Homage. That's what it meant. And we're back in... see, the king Nebuchadnezzar bowed in front. We're in Daniel 2:46. In front of Daniel to honor him. The king praised him. And as you saw in the other ones, it said worship. Mistranslation. And then the king gave him many expensive gifts, and then in charge of all the wise men of Babylon. Okay? Here we're in Revelation 22:8. And I, John, that's John speaking there, and seen these things with my own eyes, heard it with my own ears. When I heard and saw, I fell on my face to worship at the feet of the angel. So John's admitting he's worshiping an angel. I guess he needs to be cast into the fire. No, you don't. I'm a servant just like you and your companions, the prophets, and all who keep the words of the book. Worship God. See? That's the truth. He admits that he's worshiping, and then he made a mistake. Revelation 19:10. I fell at his feet to worship him, but he wouldn't let me. Don't do that, he said. I'm a servant just like you, and like your brothers and sisters who hold to witness of Jesus. The witness of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. See? And then here we're in Daniel 8:16 through 18. I then heard a human voice coming out of the center of the canal, and it called out, Gabriel. So basically, Jesus is calling, saying, hey, Gabriel, help this person understand what he has seen. And Gabriel approached me, and I was terrified. I fell with my face to the ground. Well, I think he just passed out. And Gabriel said to me, know this, human one, the vision for the end time. And then he fell into a trance. And it's not really a worship thing. He just kind of passed out. So hopefully I've kept it under 10 minutes. But as we can find out that Daniel did say, hey, that was a pretty cool statue. You know, if not, well, they all would have been punished and said not to do that. Nebuchadnezzar was installed by God. Not that we should obey Obama. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar. Obama has not been replaced yet. So, Jesus is coming to replace Obama. Only good can defeat evil. And that's kind of the whole point of this whole thing, and to show that it's not worshiping. And it had a definite point in the entire Bible, because Jesus did save them when they messed up. All the other people, all the other Jews praised the statue, adored it, gave the royalty, the homage for his stupid statue. Besides, if you bow down, you can, think whatever you want to think. And they had a choice. Either or. So, I know it's a very confusing topic, and I was up all night thinking about it and stuff. So I decided to look into the word. The word was basically mistranslated, and we are not to take the mark of the beast. That's not what this means. And the mark of the beast is not exactly what you think it is. So you just got to do what is right and know what these words mean. So I will go ahead and sign off. Thanks for listening.
Hi there.
Ding 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 dum 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 bum 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 bum